You're standing at the gate ready to board when an airline employee stops the passenger in front of you. Their carry-on was fine on their last trip, but today it's suddenly too large. Minutes later, they're paying an unexpected fee they never saw coming. Across the industry, airlines are tightening carry-on enforcement, changing size requirements, and cracking down on bags that used to pass without a second look. In this video, we'll cover 7 new carry-on rules catching travelers off guard in June 2026, and how to avoid becoming the next person repacking your suitcase at the gate. If you want more travel tips like this, hit subscribe. The geometric boundary trap. Let us deconstruct the raw physical geometry of your luggage. On paper, the official baseline dimensions published by legacy carriers have remained fixed at 22 by 14 by 9 inches. What you are completely ignoring is the weaponized enforcement matrix deployed at the boarding door. Airlines have retrofitted the classic metal sizer baskets with advanced digital sensors. The moment an agent forces your bag into that frame, the algorithm calculates total exterior boundaries. The actual volume inside your luggage is entirely irrelevant to the system. Protruding wheels, rigid top handles, and external zip compartments that bulge outward by a fraction of an inch will trigger an automatic failure. If your handle fails to retract perfectly flush against the chassis, the bag fails the spatial audit. Your primary defense must be executed at home. Fully pack your asset, extend the handle, fill every pocket, and measure the absolute furthest exterior points. If it sits on the borderline, the gate sizer will reject it. The basic economy bin block. You score what looks like an incredible deal on a basic economy ticket, saving $40 on the base fare. This is a calculated psychological ambush. On basic economy and light fares, the ticketing algorithm systematically locks you out of the overhead bins. The fine print restricts your structural footprint to a personal item only, one bag that must physically compress beneath the seat in front of your feet. Because booking screens deliberately bury this parameter, thousands of travelers only discover the reality at the gate. The airline intercepts you at the scanner, completely removing your consumer leverage, and slaps you with an involuntary $40 gate check penalty. They have intentionally priced this fee to erase the exact financial savings that attracted you to the ticket. Never close a booking window without performing a thorough audit of the fare class terms. A cheap ticket is an expensive lesson if you fail to read the operational definitions. If you're enjoying the video so far, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. The expansion zipper liability. This brings us to the ultimate illusion of travel convenience, the expansion zipper. You purchased a suitcase with an adjustable fabric gusset, believing it was a smart way to maximize your packing capacity. In reality, that zipper is a severe operational liability. In its compressed state, your luggage sits exactly at the maximum legal threshold. The exact microsecond you unzip that expansion tract, even partially, your bag gains an illegal depth profile of 1 to 2 inches. Gate agents are now trained to execute a rapid visual triage of the boarding line. An overextended suitcase displaying a bulging silhouette gets pulled out of the queue immediately based on its visual footprint alone. That extra jacket or spare pair of shoes you shoved into the expanded fabric just cost you a $40 to $75 fine. Maintain a strict operational limit. Travel with the expansion track completely locked down. If you genuinely require more volume, pay the cheaper advance rate for a checked asset online during booking. The budget carrier price escalator. If you choose to operate on ultra-low-cost carriers, the financial penalties scale aggressively. The budget airline does not generate profit from your seat. They generate massive profit from your procrastination and ignorance. In the current aviation ecosystem, the baggage fee structure operates on a steep, unforgiving ladder. If you secure your carry-on allowance at the initial moment of booking, the cost is a manageable baseline. If you wait until the digital check-in window opens, the price spikes. If you show up at the gate hoping to slip through the bottleneck undetected, the system hits you with a brutal $100 penalty per bag, per direction. Run the logistical forensics on a traveling pair. 2 passengers with 2 non-compliant bags, caught round trip at the gate, results in $400 of pure unbudgeted loss on a flight you thought cost $100. When you deal with budget systems, you must treat the baggage fee as an inseparable component of the base ticket price at checkout. By the way, quick question. What's one travel tip you swear by that most people don't know? Drop it in the comments to help other travelers. The personal item boundary failure. Many travelers believe they are safe from the fee matrix because they only carry a backpack. This is a dangerous misconception. A personal item must legally conform to the spatial vacuum beneath the seat, roughly 17 by 10 by 9 inches. But on maximum capacity flights, gate crews are actively hunting for overstuffed, rigid backpacks. If your personal item is so tightly packed that it cannot physically compress under the seat, or if you attempt to sneak it into an overhead bin to save legroom, the crew will classify it as an unticketed carry-on. The moment it touches the overhead rack without authorization, it triggers the gate check penalty. Your personal item must remain genuinely personal in size. If it looks like a tactical rucksack, you are operating on borrowed time. The odds of being intercepted have climbed considerably. The sovereign baggage exemptions airlines count on you assuming that everything you carry is subject to their restrictive limits. They actively hide the written sovereign exemptions that operate legally in your favor. Under international aviation guidelines, certain specific items are completely immune to your baggage allowance, regardless of your fare class. Heavy winter coats, umbrellas, medical assistive devices, and solid food items purchased past the security perimeter do not count against your personal item or carry-on quota. Smart travelers utilize this architectural loophole with tactical precision. Wear your heaviest insulation layers through the gate, pack your bulkiest items into your coat pockets, and place excess gear inside a standard duty-free shopping bag after clearing security. The airline is legally powerless to charge you for these assets. Master the written regulations and stop playing by the rules they want you to assume. The liquid metric volatility. Let us pull back the curtain on the security checkpoint, a zone of intense psychological theater. TSA confiscated millions of items recently, and the vast majority were not weapons. They were everyday consumer liquids packed by travelers who failed to understand container logistics. A standard tube of toothpaste from your bathroom is 4 to 6 ounces. Even if that tube is nearly empty, the officer will confiscate it based entirely on the structural volume of the container, not the fluid remaining inside. Furthermore, luxury perfumes and colognes represent the single most expensive category of assets regular travelers surrender to the disposal bins. A $150 bottle of fragrance over the 3.4-ounce threshold will be seized without hesitation. The tactical override requires complete liquidation defense. Convert your liquids into solid stick formulas, pack mouthwash tablets instead of fluid rinses, and decant your premium fragrances into a 5 milliliter refillable travel atomizer at home. The lithium battery thermal threat. Finally, we must confront the hidden kinetic hazards of modern travel tech. In 2026, airlines established a zero-tolerance policy regarding lithium-ion batteries inside the cargo hold due to the risk of catastrophic thermal runaway. Smart suitcases with integrated GPS trackers, battery-powered heated vests, electric hand warmers, and rechargeable hearing aid cases are strict cabin-only assets. If you are forced to gate check your carry-on luggage due to space constraints, you must be able to eject the lithium battery pack with a single finger gesture before handing the bag over. If the battery is non-removable, the airline will legally refuse to board your luggage, leaving your expensive suitcase behind on the tarmac. Furthermore, never check a laptop or tablet in sleep mode. If the processor wakes up inside a compressed suitcase, it will overheat and ignite the surrounding fabric. Turn your hardware completely off or keep it inside the cabin firewall. Traveling in the modern era is not an exercise in passive compliance. It is a calculated game of biological defense, spatial awareness, and logistical data management. The global aviation complex has masterfully engineered the modern terminal to profit from your exhaustion, your confusion, and your ignorance of the fine print. By auditing your luggage boundaries at home, understanding your sovereign exemptions at the gate, and isolating your technological assets at the checkpoint, you shatter their matrix. You preserve your capital, protect your peace of mind, and command the architecture of the sky. Tell me in the comments below the most blatant financial trap or unexpected baggage fee you have ever encountered at the boarding gate, and let us deconstruct the logistical manipulation behind it. Hit that like button and subscribe to join our community of elite travelers. Safe travels. Fly smarter, not harder.